first half, I'm not going to lie.
Oh, could be Wayne!
I think I got my swagger back. Oh!
I love it, baby!
Them orange britches. Something about them orange britches.
Tennessee wins! By Tennessee to one Jennings. Jennings makes the catch.
Ball hit high in the air into right field. Going back is Sayre. And Tennessee can say hello, win column. A grand slam in the bottom of the ninth. You can't draw it up any better.
We just won a basketball game, and we're very happy right now. McGrath for the win. He got it. If you don't like college football and you watch this one, I'm not sure what your problem is.
Reddit to do, and welcome into More Important Issues. It is Thursday, December 7th. It is good to be back here. Some of us are back here. Joey has a new background again today, so I don't know if that can be said for all of us, but it's good to be back. And we don't know where Dylan's at. Dylan's camera it's quit. It's resigned. It's no longer functional. So, I mean, you all can't see that, but we can, and that bothers us.
Yeah, non-service.
I also would like to go ahead and issue a warning that this show could go off the rails. We just had like our little pre-meeting, just kind of get warmed up, get the voices going and minds going, and already off the rails. So
yeah, it's like when you go in the office and you know you and your work friends are standing at the like right next to the bathroom or the coffee maker.
Okay,
you're just, hey, how about that game?
You know nothing's getting done today.
No. It's like Jordan Seaton, huh? Yeah, so a lot of those conversations at the office today, so love that.
Well, we'll get into that. Yeah, we'll get into that. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and apologize for anything I say or do during the show. Just blanket apology statement.
Okay, I think we should start every show like that.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. We are going to talk. Landon mentioned it. We'll get into that. We're going to talk about it, and then we'll get into my thoughts and feelings on the before and during and after is also hilarious. We will also be talking some basketball. Well, we'll talk more recruiting than just that. Portal season, whatever's going on with portal visits.
John Campbell's back.
John Campbell is back. Great. It's almost as good as the Michael Jordan.
Yeah. I think the coaches wish he would like trim the video a little bit more. Because at the very end it just yells. You know what he yells.
Oh, I guess I don't know if I watched it with sound actually, now that I'm thinking about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyways.
there's a little P word at the end.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. This family show, so I'm gonna keep it PG for now.
I don't know if we can say that. I actually mark all of our shows as explicit on Spotify. So according to Spotify, we are not a family show.
Okay.
But,
cool.
Yeah.
Well, I think Apple says clean. I don't know what the other option is. Dirty.
I like explicit a lot better. 50 Shades of Orange. That's our new podcast. That's our After Dark.
50 Shades of Orange.
Yeah. That'll be labeled as dirty.
Yeah, very dirty.
Already off the rails. I mean, we're not even 5 minutes in yet.
Content that might come out in that.
Landon's got some ideas I'm interested in. We'll talk some basketball. There will be top 25 basketball played in Thompson-Boling Arena Saturday. Landon will be there. We're actually giving away tickets. I kind of forgot about it till just now. We were giving away tickets, so go like, retweet, tag friends, and if you complain about the tickets, we are true and faithful lotto players, so we'll give them to you. But just know that we will do everything in our power to make sure you never win again if you complain about free tickets. So
I had one.
We might just block you so you can't enter any more giveaways because that's. Anyways, I saw that today and I was like, okay, guy.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I don't know. Fair to ask, I guess, but also just don't enter. Go pay for tickets.
Yeah.
I don't know. And I'm not against that line of thinking, I hate sitting in the upper deck at Thompson-Boling Arena.
Well,
Not necessarily the
I
upper
hope you
deck.
don't if you win these tickets. Here's the thing: you would sit up there for free.
You would say, yeah, that's different. If someone, asked me to go, like a friend, I wouldn't be like, where are we sitting first? Like, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
And it's not the upper deck entirely. It's like when you get to like the 10th, 15th row, once you get there, it starts getting bad.
You should get a high.
Are these at the top? Did you buy the last two seats in Thompson?
No. I did not. No.
I
don't know anyways, what row they're on, but I don't. It's not all the way up.
Now that I think about it, if you do win these tickets, and please enter to win, we want to give them away to someone that does deserve specifically. I want you to tweet us that day, maybe a picture from the seats, and tell us how much you hate them. Please.
Yeah.
I want you to complain nonstop about them the entire game.
Now that I think about it, I actually don't know what row they're on. They might be at the very top.
When Landon tweets out this with a 3 on it, I want you to be like, would have been real nice to see that. Just tweet it back at Landon with a picture. We should get University of Tennessee to give us or sell us those tickets that are like tucked behind the press box and give those away to every game.
That would be awesome.
That would be awesome. New business idea. We have a new podcast and new business idea.
Yeah, we're in.
Yeah.
We're only 7 minutes into the show.
God, we are cooking tonight, boys.
Yeah.
December 7th. It's a good day. Basketball. And then I think that covers everything. Questions, drop them in the chat. Good to see you, Ronnie. Before we get into the full show, Landon always gets on to me if I just say show. So full show, the real deal. I want to tell you guys about Underdog. Underdog is Knoxville's best sports collectible store. The wide selection of UT cards, autographs, and memorabilia. Whether you're looking for a Peyton Manning autographed helmet or the most recent Topps baseball card release, you'll find it at Underdog. The shop is owned by UT graduates and proudly supports UT sports by hosting NIL events throughout the year. Stop by the 640 Plaza at 4452 Western Avenue in Knoxville. Open 6 days a week with live YouTube shows 3 nights per week. Remember, folks, always bet on the Underdog.
Do it.
Let's talk recruiting. There's bowl season is so far away right now that there's not even freaking out about how it's just not even gonna be a fun game. Actually, I guess, we're not even freaking out about the game because right now it's recruiting focused and then also halftime show focused. So, it's pre-off season right now.
Yeah.
Because I guess there's still football left to play.
And halftime show thing, it's guys.
If you're South Carolina fans, it's off season. But
yes. Or Colorado.
Florida.
Vandy for sure. They're just used to it at this point.
Yeah, I don't even know if they have a season.
Yeah.
Just all off season.
They're just thinking 12 games. 12 games and we're out. They're not even preparing for a 13th game.
They're just, as soon as the season's over, they're just bring me my money. Where's that SEC check at?
Yeah. When's baseball season?
But yeah, it's off season mode. All right, the Seton stuff. I mean, that's what we're going to talk about. I like how you put recruiting is nuts, and you just had one name in mind.
Go ahead.
He starts trending to Tennessee. I immediately was like, no, he's not coming to Tennessee. I don't think I've ever seen a high-profile player that has trended to Tennessee the last day of their recruitment and committed to Tennessee. I just want to be clear about that. Can you think of one high-profile like this, where they're going to be on freaking Skip Bayless's show later that day?
Yeah, maybe not.
And I guess I'm not talking about the people that were strong Tennessee the whole way, where it was Tennessee is the favorite. This felt like it came out of left field. Not as the favorite. Felt like it came out of left field. Because Monday? Where they were Tennessee's falling behind or something like that. And then the last 24 hours, all of a sudden, Tennessee's back ahead. Which maybe because it's a bidding war. I don't know.
It was weird. It's everybody who talked about it, it was 2 different teams that they thought was at the top. It was I think it's going to be Oregon, Ohio State. I think it's going to be Tennessee, Oregon. I think it's going to be Ohio State, Tennessee. I think Alabama's in there. No one mentioned Colorado. No one.
Which is also weird, by the way.
Yeah. So it was the last big recruit the Vols could land. And I think what sucks about it the most, you didn't land like the number one offensive tackle in the country. But it's the fact that, like, since the season started, I mean, you've missed on everyone. So I think there was just a lot more frustration than just like losing out on a recruit, because that happens.
Right.
But I think it was just the fact that this is the last one, and you just haven't landed anybody since Jordan Ross, like right before the season started.
Yeah, it's felt very underwhelming, but I guess I just didn't get my up. Just didn't, I don't know. It didn't feel real to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that helped my come down from that. Like I was busy during the commitment, and I pulled it up probably like an hour later, like checked Twitter, and I was like, I know the answer, but I mean, I guess I got to check it. And I wasn't shocked.
Yeah. You weren't shocked in terms of like they didn't pick Tennessee, or you weren't shocked?
Yeah. I guess, yeah, Colorado was shocking, but not, I don't know. I just feel like there's always going to be people who are attracted to the Deion Sanders effect.
Yeah.
I agree. It's weird that it wasn't mentioned before, but
yeah, like the whole like coaches were going to come see him in Florida, and then he goes out to LA and does this commitment, and he's supposed to do it on Instagram Live, never even went live, went straight on Undisputed, which like that's cool, I guess, but I don't know if it is cool, because like you're one of the biggest decisions of your life. You go on stage with Skip Bayless.
Yeah, that's a knock. But also shout out to the Undisputed producers for making that happen.
Yeah, well, that's
honestly.
I mean, that's Deion.
I mean, yes, but I think it's also just they're probably so out of touch because they're on Undisputed.
Which I do want to know, like, did Deion try to get like First Take and some other shows like ESPN, and then he ended up landing on Undisputed? Or is that a Fox because like the Pac-12?
Big Ten.
Yeah, whatever they are.
Colorado's gonna be Big 12, aren't they? Which is also
they
Fox.
Are. Yeah.
So also Fox. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I did like how Skip Bayless agreed that if you're a dog, why are you not going to Colorado? I'm like, let's pretend that if you are a dog, you should go to Colorado. Does that mean that there can only be 25 dogs in a class? Also, does that mean you're automatically a dog if you're going to Colorado? How does the dog qualifications work here?
I was just more like mind blown by the comment after that. It's just like, why would you not want to play somebody who doesn't look like you? What?
It's a weird comment.
I'm just like, that's the only thing that makes sense to me, because it's not NIL, because you don't lose an NIL battle to Colorado with Oregon, Ohio State, Tennessee. Like all those teams can match probably what Colorado's putting up.
It's a weird comment and thought process, but before we like freak out about it, let's look at who the NFL owners hire as their head coaches. Mostly people who look like them. Like, it's not a new thought to have. That's a very common train of thought.
I mean, if we're being like real, he doesn't look anything like Deion Sanders. I would never look at both.
That was a race comment, by the way.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah.
But like, is that not racist in itself?
It depends on how you. I mean, it depends on how you. It depends on how. Depends on how you define racism.
I mean,
some people will say no.
Yeah,
some people will say yes. I'm not going to comment.
Understand. I mean, they went 4-8, and it's not like did he just buy him to protect Shedeur for another season? Because Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders could leave this year.
Well, that's
leave next year for sure. And then Travis Hunter is going to be gone after next year. So there's your two best players gone.
Well, but he can just transfer. Like, that's the thing. Your commitment no longer matters.
Right. Well, and that's the thing. It's like there's a account on Twitter called the Transfer Portal. He's like, Congrats,
See you
man.
next year.
See you soon. Yeah.
Well, and like I love how people are, apparently this got into a bidding war. I don't think Colorado could offer them more than any of the 3 other schools that were mentioned.
No.
But he can make a lot of money on endorsements once he's at Colorado with Jordan Travis and Shedeur Sanders. And I'm sure he got sold on that.
Yeah, but dude.
And then
there's 4-8, not just
there's also it's insane. Again, it is the Dion. He got Jordan Travis to go to Jackson State.
Travis Hunter.
What did I say? Jordan Travis.
Jordan Travis.
So many Travis.
Heisman winner.
Should be rightful Heisman winner. But yeah, sorry. Anyways, and that was baffling, and everyone was like, "Oh, he's offered him $1 million," which is a hilarious small amount of money, knowing what we know now about NIL, or thinking what we think now about NIL. Hilariously small amount of money. So I mean, while it is shocking, it's not. It doesn't not make sense.
Yeah, I don't know. When you look at it from a football aspect, you're like, dude, this team went 4-8. They have the number, like not even a top 50 recruiting class right now. It's not like they're going to be good in a few years, like they're stacking recruiting classes. And I don't think they're going to be able to do it with the transfer portal. So I just don't think Colorado's going to be any good.
They're
especially
not.
when
they're not going to be any good. He is an influencer. Like he's being an influencer. That was what this decision was based on.
Yeah.
It's not a football. It's not a singularly football thought process. He's probably thinking, which is not the best thought, because you're not going to be coached. Like, you're not going to be coached every day by Deion Sanders, but there is the thought of like, I'm going to be coached by Prime.
Well, that's another thing. They had just hired their offensive line coach like 24 hours ago.
Yeah.
They don't even have an OC.
Again, the main and one of the only factors is Deion Sanders.
That's it, yeah.
And again, going back, everyone had we had this similar takes on the Travis Hunter to Jackson State. It's the same deal.
Yeah, just man, he's really good at, yeah, like you said, he's an influencer. He's really good at getting you to think like this is the best thing for you, when it might be, but like at the same time, why are we going through all this? Why are we going through like you having your little?
No, that's what I'm saying. He isn't, not Prime. Seton is an influencer. Like, this is about building his brand. This isn't singularly football focused. This is more about followers, clicks. He went on Undisputed, for God's sakes.
So he's clickbait. That's what you're saying.
Sure. I mean, he's an influencer. Yeah.
Yeah.
He'll be dancing in TikToks here soon.
He's not going to Georgia, or Alabama, or Florida, so I guess that's a plus. It just
yet.
Right. Yeah, maybe next year.
Maybe the year after. Who knows? Like, he may play at Georgia and then Alabama. I mean, anything's on the table right now. I don't know. Again, it's just a lot of people want to blame Tennessee and the NIL, like Josh Heupel and the NIL. Quit trying to make sense of this. We did the same thing with Travis Hunter. If he had gone to Ohio State or Oregon, I'd hear you out. But this is about Prime. Has nothing to do with Colorado. He was going to go wherever Prime was at.
Yeah. I don't know. I just don't get the – and then there's that stuff on Twitter that's already happening where –
get it, though.
I mean, I get, like, why he went to call. I just don't understand, like, why is that what you're searching for in a recruit? Like, why is that the ultimate prize, to play for Coach Prime?
I mean, it's not just that. It's also the fame, and it's he wants to be – look at all the attention Colorado got this year without being good.
It did go down, though. Like, they beat that first team. Yeah, that's all they talked about.
It went down, but that's the most talked about 4-8 team in the history of college football.
Oh, 100%.
Even like if you take away weeks 1 through 6, week 6 on, the most talked about 4-8 football team. He's just on the cover as the Sportsman of the Year.
which is a joke in itself.
Right, he's entertainer of the year, sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is about being on camera. It's about retweets. It's about Instagram Live. Like that's what it's about.
Yeah.
And yes, like I know he's going there to play football. Sorry, I'm being unfair to that point. What I'm saying though is the main drive behind this decision is prime and cameras. Don't try to make football sense of it, because there is no football sense, because that was not the main focus of this recruitment.
Right. Which is dumb, in my opinion.
Sure. But I mean, it goes back into you're trying to make sense of the thought process of an 18-year-old.
I know.
And then I'm pointing out, but when a blind NIL, I mean, I just don't think that's, yes, he wants to make money. Prime sold him on his ability to make money because of the cameras and because he's Prime. He can't promise him $2 million, but he can promise him that he is going to get attention that will lead to money.
So he's sent everybody like on a wild goose chase pretty much today. He gets his clicks, his fame, whatever. Does he? I mean, signing day isn't until like a couple weeks.
So see, that's the thing about people.
Is it even over?
That's the thing about social media is a drug. These retweets are going to go away. Yeah, anything could happen. And that's another thing. Yeah, I'm going to call out my good buddy Dallas. Dallas has a stupid tweet. People have been hard commits and gone on visits long before NIL was a thing. He made it sound like it was NIL's fault that he may go to Oregon after being committed to Colorado. This has long been a thing.
Yeah.
And I stand behind use your visits. Go to the dinner with the coaches. It's probably a really nice dinner. Tony Vitello will take you to Ruth's Chris if you're a good transfer. Use it.
I heard a lot of people say that he's using it as leverage for better NIL deals. And I'm like,
that doesn't make sense, because if Colorado can offer NIL, why would Tennessee just up their money? Be like, all right, go there and make none. I don't care. Like, that's not good. Then you go to Ohio State and you say Ohio State's offering me more money. But if it's true that everyone knows Colorado can offer money, everyone knows that, no one's going to be like, all right, well, we'll bid against ourselves. That doesn't make sense.
I'm not following. Sorry.
If Colorado's not offering money, why would Tennessee just magically up their bid?
No, I'm saying like he wants a bigger one. Like he probably has one from Colorado, but he wants a bigger one from one of those other schools.
Right, but everyone's saying that Colorado can't offer anywhere near what the others are offering. Why would they up their bids? Just call his bluff. If he's wanting more money from you, that means he wants more money. If Colorado's not anywhere near it, which is what everyone's saying, then why would they do that?
Yeah.
Because that means he would just eventually take the more money offer.
I also kind of think it's
and that's another thing. If everything I just said is true, and you offer like a 18-year-old amount of money he can't refuse, you're an idiot.
Yeah, because what's stopping him from taking that money in a year, or whatever it looks like? I mean, it's probably over a certain amount of years, but he makes that kind of money for a year and then jumps in the portal and gets it probably the same or even bigger deal from another school.
Also, I'm all for paying players, but we don't know anything about how he'll play at the college level. Don't bid against yourselves here.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Just weird. I mean, the whole Skip Bayless thing, I just can't get over that. I'm like, dude, you could have been on any show in America with Deion Sanders, and you went with Undisputed. Ugh.
Should have gone on the Kelly Clarkson show, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
Or Ellen.
I don't think Ellen exists anymore, and problematic, Landon.
Oh, really? She doesn't do a show anymore?
I'm pretty sure it's done, and I mean, I think she's canceled.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Pretty sure. Apparently just a horribly mean woman.
I'm not shocked. She kind of seems that way.
I'm shocked. A little bit.
Shocked that she's a mean woman?
I mean, I feel like to be a comedian, you have to be like, sarcastic. Like, you have to be like kind of snide and sarcastic, but like, I don't know, just like you would think. It's another thing. I just feel
I guess I'm just not up to date on who's canceled and who's not. I didn't know Ellen was.
I don't think her show got
canceled.
I don't think her show.
Everybody's a little canceled, but like,
I don't think her show got canceled for that reason. I think she's just old. But
okay.
I think it was like as she was quitting, her entire staff was like, "Yeah, she sucks."
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Also, I'm pretty sure that show was on TBS. So it really classified as a TV show.
I don't know. I honestly, the only time like I've probably ever seen it on is like at a McDonald's or Burger King when they have TVs in there.
What?
Yeah, that's probably the only time.
I don't think I've actually ever seen the Ellen Show in the wild. You could convince me it was only on my TV.
I think it's that one in Sevierville, like right before you go to Dollywood, you always stop at that McDonald's, like on
Dolly Parton Parkway.
Yeah.
And Veterans Boulevard.
Yeah.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah. That's about the only one I know that has I don't even know if ours has a TV. The South Knoxville one. I don't think I've been in there in years.
Since high school. I don't think I've been in since high school.
Yeah. Hey, you want to hear a funny story about last night? So I kind of already told you a little bit, but so last night I had ponchos. Shout out.
I didn't get to watch that full video, so yeah. Thank you for
shout out South Knoxville. It was a scare, man. So my sister needed her diaper bag for my niece, not for my sister. But she was at the hospital. My niece wasn't feeling good, so she's like, "Hey, can you guys bring it?" Like, yeah, we'll bring it. Well, we stopped by our house, and I didn't really have to go to the bathroom, so I was like, "We'll just drop it off. I'll get home, and then I'll like be comfortable in my own home and use the bathroom." Well, get to like downtown, like past tailgate spot, past the church, and we start getting the rumbles. And I'm like, "Hey, I'm gonna have to like stop somewhere or like go at the hospital." My wife's like, "What?" I was like, I am about to shit my pants. Like I rolled the window down. I might have been stinking a little bit, but part of me was just sweating already.
Okay. I was like, why that window down doesn't make sense. Okay.
So we keep going. We get stopped at every single stoplight.
Let me stop this story here so we can kind of have this debate. Were you past the point where you could have walked it off?
Yes.
Like wherever you are, like you were to the point where like you could no longer like there was you if you walked, you were just gonna shit your pants. Okay.
Yeah, we get stopped at the next.
Does that work for you though? If you beat that point where you can walk
you can
off
just
the
walk
shit?
it, fart it off. Yeah.
Oh, I would never trust to fart that deep into it. But like you can walk it off and at least you can make it home, for example.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. I was just curious. All right.
So get to the next red light, and it's like, hey, I'm like uncomfortable. Like I'm moving up. Like I already made up my mind. I was like, I'm shitting my pants.
I wish you had. I wish you had, man.
I was like, I need a place, and we go to like behind campus to Children's Hospital. So there's like nothing in that area.
That's not true. There's restaurants all through there.
I'm talking like at the Emerald Youth Center. Like I'm like back there.
Yeah, I don't understand the route you took to Children's if you were coming through downtown. You didn't just take Cumberland or take
I went Chapman.
Clinch?
Chapman to like behind and was going to go off. What street is that? How we used to go to Mandy's.
Yeah, I don't know why you didn't just take Cumberland or Clinch, though. That's what I'm confused about. You went all the way around?
I wasn't driving.
Also, that's another thing I was going to tell you is if you went through downtown, there's several hotels out there, and hotel bathrooms are always great. The lobby bathrooms, always great.
Well, like I just passed the Y when it just like snapped.
Yeah, see, I'm so confused how the route you took to Children's.
And
that is wild.
I almost said go to what's that restaurant on the hill up there that Manny used to serve at?
Oh, Balter. What? See what? Like Joey and Dylan chime in. What route was Landon?
We didn't go that way. We stayed left.
Right. Why did you go all the way down to that light? Is what I'm baffled.
I don't know.
By.
That's my wife works at Fort Sanders, so I guess that's the way she goes to beat traffic.
Right. I'm sure at that time of day though.
But there was
a roundabout way.
I don't know. That's just the way.
I also don't know if that beat traffic.
I don't know.
That is wild.
But I'm like, hey, where? Like I have to stop somewhere. And I looked at the hill. She had already passed it. So I was like, I'm shitting my pants. Like I'm going to crap my pants and then I'll just deal with the consequences. I thought about just getting out of the car.
Of going to an alley? That would have been awesome too. If you didn't shit your pants, I would have wanted you to do it in an alley.
Yeah, it was dark, and I mean, I would have if I had to. I mean, I guess what I did wasn't the best option. So, see, I was like, "There's a food city up here. Please, God, if there's a red light, drive right through it. I do not care. I will crap my pants." So, pull into Food City. There's 2 cop cars up. Not the best food city in the world. And I jump out. I start running through the door. And I see people, so I try to be a little respectful. I try to slow it down, just kind of brisk walk. And I see the bathroom, and I
hit you.
Off.
Oh, it didn't. Okay, that would have been great if it hit you then.
And I mean, I felt so bad after I went in there that I bought candy. I felt like I needed to pay them back for what I just did there. I felt awful. Like whoever had to clean the bathroom, like
body wise, did you feel better?
Oh yeah, I felt like $1 million after.
So Poncho still hits in and out.
Oh, it's gas. Yeah, it's the best. I mean, I hope I go there next week, and hopefully I come straight home. That's what I usually do, and it usually works out. But this time I should have went at my sister's house, didn't make it. But my wife did drop. She dropped me off at that Food City and just let me stay in there.
Yeah, this is all I think, and I wanted Raven to come in. She won't come in to interview her about this. I think she wanted you to shit your pants because that is the wildest route I've ever heard. In my life.
Think she
you ended understood up the Western. No, Landon. I think she plotted against you.
No, I agree. I don't think. Well, I don't think she knew. I think she just kept laughing at me like it was funny, but there was nothing in that moment. Like usually a fart's funny. This fart is like I'm fighting for my life.
You went from South Knoxville, Chapman Highway, to Children's Hospital, and ended up at the Western Avenue Food City. That makes zero sense. She wanted you to shit your pants.
She probably did.
That is wild.
Yeah,
I mean, I support her decisions, but insane.
Yeah, shout out Western Avenue Food City.
I don't think anyone's ever uttered that sentence in their entire life.
No, but here we are. Thank you for just being there.
Wait, Joey, would you clarify the route makes sense or the plot to have Landon poop his pants makes sense? That's what? I need to hold on. All
right. We're moving on. Let's talk positions. Actually, let's talk John Campbell.
Okay.
John Campbell is back with just an all-time video of Josh Heupel. Nico is thrown in there. It is a Drewski video. I don't know if everybody knows who Drewski is, but so when I was like, oh, this is pop culture number one.
I don't think I realized it was a Drewski video, but I do know where he's at. I do know who he is.
Yeah. This is the one where he acts like he's like getting out of like your uncle's getting out of prison.
Okay.
Yeah, that's that one. But yeah, I think that's big because like you don't know who exactly your tackle is going to be. I think it definitely helps now that Jordan Seaton's not in this class. As of right now, I guess that could change. We'll see. But yeah, you needed a tackle to. Nico's going to be a redshirt freshman, but he's going to be, I guess, a freshman again.
Can we pause for a second?
Oh my God!
No, Joey says it makes sense, and I just doesn't know Knoxville. There's not a single route on here. I put in Yield Steakhouse, which I didn't want to dox Lindsay's address or anything. The only way you end up there is you take James White. This has Cumberland. You could have gone Clinch. I think she wanted you to shit your pants. That's all I'm saying.
She probably did. So I guess that's the way we went. The one.
No, you went down Chapman, came up here, turned left. Like, and then she took you. I mean, again, she had to take you all the way there to. So you came up Western. So you would have had to go. Because you can't turn left onto Dale.
She wasn't going to go to Food City. She was going to turn left.
But you've got to go to get here. Like, you can't turn left there. you've got to come up Western, turn left there, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's just I don't know. I'm just saying, very roundabout. I'm just saying, Landon, look out for your wife. She's plotting against you.
She might be.
That's the only thing I'm saying.
I don't know. I just had eyes for a toilet. I didn't know like where we were going. I should have just went to the tailgate spot. I'm sure there's many people who've crapped there.
Probably not a bad idea.
All
right, sorry. I needed to prove because Joey doubted me, and I needed to show him. No road closures there, Joey. I trust Google with my life.
Easy. Yeah, John Campbell. That's a big give for Tennessee. You don't know who you're going to get back. I think that's a weird thing with recruiting right now. Is like you don't know who's coming back. You don't know really who's in the transfer portal. Who are you getting from the transfer portal? You're trying to close out your high school recruiting class. It's just a freaking mess.
Yeah, that's another thing is trying to figure out. Last year of COVID, right? Last year of COVID.
Yeah, I feel like the transfer portal should be like a short window.
A week.
Yeah, like in and out. Like that gives you plenty of time. If you want to take a couple visits, go take a couple visits. And hey, let's get this show on the road. It shouldn't be some drawn out. I'm going to take 8 visits and decide after that. It's like, come on.
Yeah, and also, aren't finals coming up? What do these kids not care about school?
I didn't come here to play school.
My ass. They aren't graduating. They're skipping finals.
Yeah.
It's a shame. Crazy. We should get all of his transfers to fail their classes, so they are not eligible to transfer.
Yeah,
that'd be smart of him if he did that. That'd be Beamer ball.
It is pretty crazy. John Campbell this will be his 7th year. Guys,
I didn't realize that.
I
like the Mark Nagy approach though. Never leave college.
Dude, I hated college. Well, I didn't go to Tennessee, but I did hate college. I couldn't imagine because it's not like you can just go to college and not be in class. Like you have to take classes.
I know a lot of people.
Well, you have to technically.
You have to enroll in the classes.
Yeah. Yeah. So 7 years. I mean, me and him are almost the same age. There's a couple people in. There's one guy that got it approved for his like 8th year. How? Why? Are you that? I'm not talking about John Campbell, but your 8th year is like, are you that afraid of the workforce? Like, are you just scared to get a full-time job?
If I had the choice between playing college football and a job, I mean, I know what I'm taking.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, John Campbell, huge. Literally. Also, shout out Waffle House. I feel like that is that's the whole thing. It's like,
does he know there are other Waffle Houses? Does he think it's like a local place? Is he like,
no?
Is he,
but
is he going to take me? Is he going to take me to Captain D's and tell me it's a local fish place?
Yeah.
Is he that kind of guy?
He did say like in a press conference one time or with the media, whatever, that the closest Waffle House to Miami was like 30 minutes away. He's like, this one, there's one on every corner.
They're everywhere. Yeah. You can find them wherever you go. My brother, speaking of just really, really smart people, my brother Sam, he has like a Saturday morning tradition where like him and his family go to Waffle House. Love that. And I'll say
every Saturday?
Just about, not every Saturday, just about.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully he's near a bathroom.
Yeah. That's the thing, dude, is like, I'm not trying to hate on Waffle House. I don't love it that much though, because it makes me feel awful unless I'm incredibly drunk. And I just don't drink that much anymore. So like, I went in there last Saturday and I had a waffle and some, I had like half a waffle, sausage and hash browns. I didn't even get the all-star special. That was too much food. I knew what I'd feel like.
Yeah.
It's good. Don't get me wrong. Waffle House hits.
I feel like you don't know how good it is until like if it wasn't here one day, like a convenience store. If they just weren't there, you're just like, man, I wish we had this thing that was open all the time. Or I could just go get candy and drinks late at night. Same thing with Waffle
cigarette
House.
machines.
That's
Okay,
awesome.
Cool Beans.
They do or they should?
They should.
Oh, they might.
You'd see them. They get broken into a lot.
Oh yeah, yeah. They're
There'd
probably
be a
like,
lot of glass on the ground at Waffle House if those existed.
yeah. I'm seeing all the videos on TikTok of like crazy stuff that happened at Waffle House. Maybe that's probably not the best idea to have one of those.
Hey, Joey, does Cool Beans in their cigarette one, or did I see this? Is it another bar that kind of looks like Cool Beans and also has a cigarette dispenser? Do they have Zins in their cigarette dispenser now? Because that's genius.
They know their clientele.
They do. I used to make so much money selling cigarettes. I say so much money. I covered bar tabs selling cigarettes at Cool Beans. Just like one cigarette.
You would just sell like a cigarette?
Dude, you just have one person come up and they'd be like, hey, can I bum a cigarette? And I'd be like, or they'd be like, they wouldn't say, can I bum one? They'd be like, can I have one? I'll pay you for it. And you're like, yeah. And then, they may give you $2 or $3. Most people are going to give you $2 or $3, but then you find the occasional degenerate that just hands you a $5 and it's like, thanks, bro.
Wow.
Yeah, dude, I'd go get cigarettes at the gas station, even if I didn't smoke them that night, just to sell them. You got to smoke one so they know you have them. And then after that, you're good.
Yeah, I'll never forget that time that
It's called marketing. Look it up.
I snuck a burrito in there for you.
It's a good night. I think. I've actually had a lot of food snuck into me in that establishment. I've eaten Zaxby's there that was brought in on someone's purse.
Mm. Yeah. Back to what we're talking about. I do think it's big to have John Campbell for Nico. Next year, you want to have some experience along that offensive line. You don't really know exactly who you got left. Especially like if Cooper Mays doesn't come back, which I think he is leaning toward coming back.
Yeah, some trending.
So we'll see. But John Campbell's a big cornerstone for that offensive line. It would have been nice to have Jordan Seaton because I do think he probably starts for Tennessee. And you just need more tackles. You just didn't have hardly anybody. You had Mincy was hurt a lot. You had Dane Davis, Jeremiah Crawford, who just struggled at times. So you just need another like really good tackle in there. So maybe transfer portal. I don't know. We'll see. But that's probably where I'd lean first in the transfer portal is I think they're going to go tight end, wide receiver. You know, Juice Wells will be here. The Notre Dame tight end, his name's escaping me now.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on that? If everything we're hearing is true on the, asked to not come.
Holden Stays, that's his name. About Justin Jolie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing with Justin Jolie. I think he's definitely a really good receiving tight end. I don't know if he could do all the things that Tennessee wanted him to do. I mean, maybe he puts on 25 pounds and could be that guy, but he seems more of a receiver than, a blocker. And I think Ethan Davis is kind of already that mold anyway. So I think you needed a big guy like McAllen Castles weighed over 250 pounds. Jacob Warren was over 250 pounds. Like you want guys like that who can, yes, catch a pass, but also like have a big, role in the blocking game as well. Yeah, Holden Stays fits that mold more than Justin Jolie does. Like Justin Jolie, I think is only like 220 pounds.
Yeah, I mean, I just know it was, and not that the two guys in it were good pass catchers, but I mean, I don't think anybody would argue Princeton Fant was better, and I think it was pretty clear that was missed at times this year.
Yeah, 100%.
So I don't know.
I think McAllen Castles was good, and part of it's you didn't get the great quarterback play. I mean, I know Princeton Fant was good. I'm not taking anything away from him, but he also played with Hendon Hooker, so
yeah.
I don't know. But the Notre Dame tight end caught 4 touchdowns this season, has 2 years of eligibility, and again, kind of fits that. He's a bigger type guy, can really block. I don't know. He has highlights on Twitter that you can find of him just blocking. And, no offense to Justin Jolie, I just haven't seen that. And he looked really good at Tennessee, and that's probably a hard one when you see him play in Neyland, and you're like, hey, man, like, we probably already got our guy. Like, that sucks, but,
Right.
That's cutthroat.
Yeah.
So
I'm sure the rest of this transfer portal and, coming up to early signing day, is this still called early signing day or is it just signing day at this point?
yeah, I mean, it should just be late signing day.
Right. But yeah, I'm sure everything will be super calm. So
It is pretty cool. I don't know if you saw this, but Mike Matthews had like a signing ceremony tonight.
I didn't see this.
His school, Parkview, is not in school for the 20th, which is signing day. So they went ahead and did like a ceremony where all his classmates and stuff could be there. So
dang, when do they get out?
I don't know. I guess like
Must be nice.
19th. I don't know.
Good for them.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else for recruitment?
Well, I do think like people are a little nervous about Boo Carter.
Yeah. Well, I mean, guys, no matter what he does, he's going to transfer. I'm sorry. Like he's going at some point in his career, he will change schools.
Yeah. Here's also the thing with Jordan Seaton that, I mean, probably doesn't have anything to do with it, but I mean, maybe if our staff would play some younger players, maybe like more people would want to come play here as a freshman. I don't know. That's just a thought of mine. I feel like that could be used against us in recruiting. That, hey, that Jalen McCullough guy played, 98% of the snaps at safety.
To be fair to that, if it's Colorado, if it's teams that have the record that Colorado do, and that's the only the way they can recruit against us, it's probably a good thing.
Yeah. But I mean, you also had Alabama, who is playing for a national championship. Now, these two guys were 5-stars, but Caleb Downs and Caden Proctor started like every game for them.
Define playing for a national championship.
Well, they have a chance to win a national championship.
Couldn't we say that about everyone though? Week 1 through 12.
Okay, Final Four. Is that what you want to say?
I just don't think I think saying they're playing for a national championship is not fair.
Well, they probably
not
are
yet.
going to.
That's fair. But they're not yet.
I'm just saying, play the young guys. I like Boo Carter, like looking at him, I just don't think there's any way he shouldn't have some sort of role next year.
Okay. Yeah, I don't like how they can't seem to find roles for guys who maybe aren't starters.
Well, I think the most the crazy thing about it is like some positions do. Like linebacker, they do, but secondary, no. Offensive line, heck no. I mean, quarterback, they just couldn't find a way to get. I mean, we're gonna get Nico on the field, and then our kick returner or our punt returner, just muffs the punt. So we had to wait another 5 minutes to get Nico on the field.
Fun times.
Yeah. All right. What's next?
George Mason, the Patriots.
The Patriots.
Shout out to the UT basketball account. Still just rolling. Just a great tweet with the pregame Smokey tweet.
Yeah.
Him dressed as a founding father, if you will. Give me a Tuesday night 6:30 tip against George Mason, or give me death, whatever it said. Something along those lines. It was great. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
Quality tweets. Quality tweets are going to quality tweet. Some people send quality tweets that night. Some people didn't. We'll get into that.
Dude, I hear
Wes Rucker heard give me death, and he ran with it. He's like, I'll give you death.
Yeah, that's all he wanted. Like, what?
Um,
I mean, people were like very concerned. Like, is Rick Barnes in bad health? And I get it. You can't just be coming up with that kind of stuff.
wasn't there a celebrity recently that I'm sure it's happened a lot, but like recently wasn't there celebrity death that happened? And like they tweeted, they're like, I'm not dead.
Dang, what is that noise?
It's one of our microphones. Where's your cell phone at? I had to move mine.
Mine's like way over there.
Why?
I threw it because I thought it was mine.
You just threw it?
Oh, well, on the couch, way back there.
It might have been yours. It's not doing it in my ear anymore.
Well, it was doing it a second
that?
ago after I threw it. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know then. Good question. Jonas Adu has a career night.
Yeah, I guess like him playing against all those bigs for a month straight kind of helped him out because, yeah, he just looked like he was there. I mean, it was George Mason, but I think that is a decent basketball team.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a team you should beat and beat by quite a bit. But, yeah, I thought like he showed like he saw blood in the water. And I don't know if we've seen that so far from Jonas Adu. Like he was a focal point of the offense.
Right.
They were trying to get him the ball.
Yeah. And then, I mean, as far as the rest of this game goes, I guess it really was just like see if, Dalton Connect and Toby Awaka could play. And I mean, it looks like they can still play the game of basketball.
Yeah, I was shocked that Connect started and played as much as he did. He only played 25 minutes, but
it must have not been as bad as it kind of seemed to be.
Yeah, I think they did kind of make him take it easy a little bit. He didn't get to the free throw line a ton, so I do think he wasn't like pushing it. And he only had 10 points. I think against George Mason, he probably could easily get 20, probably easily get 40.
Yeah.
Close to what he did against North Carolina. So,
right.
Yeah, I think he was kind of taking it easy, but yeah, it was good to, see him at least play. And, I think that helps for Tennessee against a really good Illinois team on Saturday.
Yeah. I mean, I think this is one of those games you just want to take care of. I don't know. It's hot. Being patient with this basketball team. There's a lot of frustrating stuff. Dalton Connect's a lot of fun to watch. We need Vescovi and Ziegler to play better if we're going to play better. And what really sucks is I think Josiah Jordan-James is playing his best basketball at Tennessee right now. And then two guys that you thought would be pretty good just aren't as good as you need them to be.
Yeah, Zakai looked better the other night.
I think he's getting better. He's still not shooting the ball well.
Yeah.
And I feel like he was the guy that either changed momentum with a three or he built momentum. And I feel like you haven't gotten but maybe one of those this year from him.
Yeah,
he's still shooting it, and I'm kind of glad about that because I want him to shoot it. But
yeah, I don't love that every shot is a three. He's a guy that needs to get in transition. He's a guy that needs to try to get to the rim. I know, like, he is small, but like the and ones get to the free throw line, like that's when he's at his best. It's not just standing, at the 3-point line shooting threes that are 5 feet past the arc. But he was dishing the ball. He had 6 assists?
Yes.
Only 1 turnover. I think in the last 3 games, I think he has 3 turnovers and 13 assists. So, I think he's been balling. He's been taking care of the basketball. I think that's, early in the season, he was turning it over like a lot. So he's cleaned that up. Again, I just think he just kind of is knocking the rust off a little bit at a time. And, but it also helps when you have some good shooters as well.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Like Josiah is knocking them down right now. Santi only took 2 shots in the first half, didn't have a point. He ended up with 7. But yeah, I don't know. is a little off with him. I don't really know what it is either. Like, there's no. It is a weird game when Jonas Adu shoots 11 times and Santi shoots 4.
Yeah, I don't think he's looked like the same person, basketball player yet. He still does really dumb things with the ball sometimes at random points of the game. So I guess there's some parts of him that look the same. Sorry, that sounded way more negative than I meant it to. But he does still have that random dumb thing he does with the ball. That's true.
He only had 1 turnover.
I would almost bet it was the dumbest dribble of all time that led to a turnover, or he just passed it out of bounds. I don't remember what it was, but I guarantee it was one of those two.
He does some like sig passes, but
then he throws and inexplicably throws one out of bounds.
Well, that's not what I was saying. I was saying that he does it like so nonchalant that and it's so crazy that none of the bigs are ready for the pass.
Yeah, it's almost like we don't practice like 5v5 or something. Like there's some like crazy, like, he does something where he goes under the basket and like, throws it under or something, and they're surprised that they got passed to.
Yeah. Be ready.
Yes, that. But then he's also going to throw one out to the wing to Josiah Jordan James or something, and it's going to hit Rick Barnes or something. I don't know. He always has some weird dumb pass in the game.
It is also funny, like every time Cade Phillips gets a pass, it just seems like he isn't ready for it because that mask is obviously like not helping his vision whatsoever.
I like that he wears it all the time.
Yeah.
He doesn't take it off on the bench.
Oh, really? I haven't noticed that.
I guess I shouldn't say he doesn't take it off the bench, but at least, the one game I've been to this season, at the start of the game, he was wearing the mask. And I turned to my brother and I was like, why is he already wearing it? I guess in case Vescovi throws out of bounds and hits him, that's smart. That's smart of him to keep it on.
What a white stat line he had. He had 4 points.
Is that racist?
Yeah, a little bit. 1 foul, 1 offensive rebound, 4 for 4 from the free throw line in 4 minutes.
I was going to say, all in 4 minutes. Love to see that.
Yeah. Also, Jordan Gainey, you don't have to shoot all the time.
I disagree.
I mean, what is his percentage? 35% from the field. God.
He has he's just always heat checking.
Yeah, it's gotta be. He's like, oh, I'm in a slump. You know how you get out of a slump? Shoot it again, baby.
That's right. That's right. Anything else for George Mason?
No, I don't.
You want to mention?
Vols covered, so shout out.
Vols covered. Got tight there at the end.
Yeah.
The cover, not the game. Sorry.
They were hitting like
some
insane shots, and I'm like, okay. Guys, I know some people that with a lot of money on this spread, and George Mason is just going to shoot and somehow cover 15.5. But they didn't.
That point, you just laugh.
And then Illinois on Saturday.
Illinois, and all of our Illinoisers would be proud that we are not saying Illinois.
Illinois.
We got a few fine folks from the great state of Illinois that are friends now. That are our friends now.
Yeah, friend of the pod.
And coincidentally, nobody gives a shit about the Fighting Illini.
That's what I heard.
Like even the people from Illinois. Yeah, I mean, this is Tennessee's had some good matchups this year. Still, obviously a few left this isn't the last great one or anything, but you get a top 25 matchup in December in Thompson. Shoot, kind of gets me excited. Sue me.
And hey, you need a big win.
You desperately. I feel like you really. This feels like a win that, in the grand scheme of things, may or may not matter depending on what you do in SEC play. But I think this would do a lot for the fan base.
Yeah,
I'm more. I'm more afraid if we lose than if we win. I think you'll still get the same. Wait till November. Wait till March. I say wait till November next year. That's when Rick Barnes is best. Wait till March. So a win probably won't do anything, but a loss will put this fan base into full meltdown mode. And I can't handle that, Rick. I can't handle our fan base being in full meltdown mode. So I need to win for me.
Yeah. Yeah, they're what 7-1 right now. They won the other night against number 11 FAU, beat them 98-89 in Madison Square Garden. And yeah, they're kind of led by transfers too. Damask, I don't know if I'm saying that right, and Terrence Shannon lit it up, and each scored 33 points against FAU the other night. Both of those from, I think, Southern Illinois is where Damask is from. Terrence Shannon is from Texas Tech. But Shannon's, their go-to guard that can really score the basketball. And, I mean, the good thing is they shot 63% from the field against FAU. So they're due for a cold streak. And what a better place to do it than against a Tennessee team that is okay with a rock fight. We've done it for years.
Is anyone ever due for a cold streak?
Illinois on Saturday.
Okay. All right. Fair response.
They are due. Yeah, their only loss is to Marquette. They lost that one 71-64, but just kind of rolled. Everybody else haven't really. They played Rutgers, beat them by 18. Everybody else.
Greg Schiano.
Yeah. Yeah, he's coaching football and basketball.
He could, I guess.
I love the high school football coaches that they're an assistant basketball, baseball.
Oh yeah. Football. Do you know in Texas, I think that's super common, which is kind of shocking. I think the assistant football coaches help with everything.
Okay.
In the big schools, which is abnormal. You usually think the small schools, but I think the big schools, they have so many teams. Their basketball team has a varsity JV freshman team.
Actually, I'm kind of down for that. I think if you want to coach athletes, real athletes, your coaches have to be athletes too in coaching.
I think it also helps football coaches from discouraging you to play other sports because your colleagues are coaching those sports.
Yeah.
And you don't have anyone to really work with them in the winter in the weight room. So what are they going to do in the weight room?
Yeah, they just get everybody to work out at the same time.
Yeah. So
it's no football has the locker room. It's athletes have the locker room.
Yeah, I think you should be required to coach 2 sports if you coach high school. If you're not a head coach.
Okay.
You have to coach 2 sports.
Here's another requirement. I think for high school players, I think you have to play more than one sport.
I think
it shows commitment. I think it shows
in theory, I think it's a good rule. I don't know how exactly you enforce that rule.
Yeah, you can't.
Also, every school should have a ping pong team then.
Yeah, maybe
bowling. Bowling team. Bowling counts, guys. Don't you don't want to wrestle? Go bowl. It's another winter sport. I was throwing that out there.
Okay, yeah.
Everyone says your offensive lineman should also wrestle. So
is that?
I can see how it would help footwork and then just the physicality.
There's a lot. I'm pretty sure every Iowa offensive lineman that they have was probably a wrestler in Wisconsin, Iowa,
there
or
you
Nebraska
go.
Of some sort. Yeah.
There you go. My point.
Yeah, it probably is a good thing. I think shot put too. You just have to do everything big guys do.
Mm-hmm. I want to see an all-state runner
play offensive line.
Yeah. Hey, some of them are quick, man. Put them on the 100 meters. Also, I want a distance runner. If he hadn't run the 10K, I'm out.
Yeah. How fast can you run a mile? All right, that's kind of all I got for basketball. Excited for Saturday.
Yeah, and like I said, Land's going. If you're going, if you win our free tickets, don't forget to tweet us how terrible the seats are, but also tweet at us when you put in memento that you went to the game. You have that.
I do have the winner. So
that scrapbook of tickets that Landon's got to go get his phone that he threw across the room inexplicably. If you don't have Memento yet, go right now. Go download it. Memento is an app for sports fans who love going to games. It allows college football fans or basketball fans, if you're going this weekend, to track the games they've been to see the stats, upload photos, game ratings. You can upload the photo from your crappy seats that Landon's going to give you. Game ratings. I'm being so mean. I'm sorry. I just think it's funny that someone said that. And you can also tag the friend that you bring with you. On top of that, you're going to have the chance for college basketball, NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL, global soccer. Guys, they've got everything. You're going to be able to track meets you go to here soon. Curling events. Everything.
Bowling.
Potentially. Make sure you go download it now. Make sure you go download Memento right now. It is one of my favorite apps currently. It's unique. I love the idea of not having to put the games and stadiums I've been to on a notes app on my phone. We need this for concerts because that notes app still exists. Make sure you get in on the ground level. They've also got live stats now, live scores. They're working on live stats. So it'll be a one-stop shop. No need for that stupid ESPN app anymore. Psst. Download Memento right now. Tell them More Important Issues sent you.
Yeah. Also, got our winner. Let's go ahead and get that out of the way. Let's get these crappy seats to somebody. Can I get a drum roll?
Well, real quick, I don't know where the seats are when I say crappy seats. I have no idea. They could be floor level for all I know.
Yeah, they're not.
They could be in my mind. All right.
The winner is Dalton Roberts.
Oh, sorry.
Roberts, yes.
Okay. Dalton Roberts, congrats. Tweet us pictures. Tell us they suck. I would laugh very hard if you tweet a picture and just like F you, Landon. I don't care if you love the seats. Please do that.
Yeah, as long as you go, I don't care what you do.
That's fair. You know what? Just sell them.
Yeah. We do have
don't do that.
Too.
Questions.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
First question is from All Everything. It says, excluding a win, what are a couple of things you guys would like to see in the bowl game to create momentum and excitement going into the offseason? I'll let you start.
Win. I think he said excluding a win.
That's obvious.
I don't.
Number one.
Because of the Orange Bowl last year, I don't think there's anything that can get me excited for next, based on the bowl game, that could get me excited for this year. Other than go win, find a way to win, and I'll be happy.
Yeah. I mean, I do think putting up like a good amount of points, and a good amount, I feel like is a reasonable amount against a really good defense. So high 20s.
Okay. Yeah.
30s. Let's cover the spread on our own. That's what I want.
Hit the over. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Sorry. But yeah, cover the spread too. That'd be great. I don't know. I want to see a lot of Dylan Sampson because I don't know if Jabari Small plays in this game. And I doubt Jalen Wright plays in this game. So I think you're going to get a lot of Dylan Sampson. Okay. And I feel like the Orange Bowl did. I know it wasn't the season that we wanted, but it did get you excited for next season with Squirrel White, Joe, Aaron Beasley, like a lot of those guys showing out and then being able to have them again for next year. So guys I
agree.
Squirrel White again, Dylan Sampson, Chaz Nimrod, a lot of those guys that should be back next year getting some looks. I'd like to see a lot of Jeremiah Telander. I don't think Keenan Peely plays in this game. Well, he can't if he's wanting to come back next year because that would forego his medical red shirt.
What if? Are we sure he's getting it?
Well, I think that's.
Is that?
I don't know. Are we gonna have another thing like we do every year of him trying
Yes,
to get
100%. He'll be eligible maybe after the Alabama game.
Yeah. But yeah, people like that I'd like to see more of. Ricky Gibson.
Okay.
I'd like to see some safeties in there. Like who's gonna be our safeties next year? I have no clue. Does Wesley Walker come back? Jalen McCullough is gone. Is it Andre Turrentine? You know, who's your star? You see a lot of Jordan Thomas in this game. I don't know. I just have a lot of question marks that I'd like to see who plays in at number one.
Yeah, but like, is anything you see after Orange Bowl results last year and how that went, and then looking at this year, kind of looked like a different team because it was, I guess, a different team. So like, would anything really like? Would you confidently say anything like that would answer questions for next year?
I don't know. Like looking back at the Orange Bowl game, yeah, it was cool that we won, but it also wasn't pretty. And like that's kind of how this year was too. Like
it wasn't
we won some
pretty,
games, but it wasn't pretty.
Right, but that Clemson team, especially that defense, was probably the fourth best. It would have been the fourth best team this season that you played, and I guess you lost to the three that are better. But like Florida was way worse than that Clemson team. It was at the Swamp. I know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they're probably a little.
And I don't, I'd give Missouri the nod over that Clemson team, but like, I don't know if they really were. I don't know if Missouri really was better than that Clemson team.
Well, if they were playing Missouri the same night we were, they'd definitely get beat.
I think it had a lot more to do with Missouri than us, us than Missouri.
Yeah. I don't know. Does Joe play? Are we going to get to see Nico play in this game?
Like he would have already opted out now. I don't think he gets upseated. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know.
I mean, it is Orlando. I know that's, where he went to high school and everything, so maybe that helps him play, but does it really hurt you that much? Like, Joe is kind of who he is at this point, so I don't know if it helps or hurts you playing it.
Right.
So, yeah, I don't know. Win and score some points, and let's see some young guys, I guess, is all I got.
All right, any other questions?
Yeah, we do have another one. What made you all start the show, and what year did you start it?
Who asked that?
Jonah Smith.
Oh, thanks, Jonah. I like the question. I was just curious who asked that. I feel like I sounded mean when I said, who asked that? Why did we start it? Don't even really know at this point, other than we like to talk sports, specifically Tennessee sports. We kind of did it, I guess, as a joke, honestly. And now we've just done it for, this will be 7 years, right about this time.
Yeah, about 7. Yeah.
It's probably 7 years. It might be on the dot. I don't know. Like I said, December 7th, great day.
I think we started the Twitter in November. So I think it was,
I think our first show was before the SEC championship in 2016.
Yeah.
I think. But yeah, so we've been doing it for that long. Kind of just started as a joke, hence the name, and just kind of rolled with it. Stuck with it. This is just a really long bit at this point.
Yeah, we don't know how to stop it.
And
we don't have a great ending for it.
To be fair, I do hang on to bits too long pretty often. So
I do think it would be cool if like we won a national championship in something, which I don't know if we will. But if we do,
just stop the show?
We just quit.
Should we?
Yeah, I think so.
But only the big three.
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
No offense to the other sports, but you get it. You should.
Mm-hmm. Or we like never talk about that sport ever again on the show.
I think we just end it.
We go out on top.
We end it, and then we self-publish a book based on the show, and it's just highlighting how miserable being a sports fan is.
Yeah. I like that.
And then like when we reach euphoria, that's it. That's done. It's done.
Okay.
We're going to be doing this show to our grave. If you don't know what that expression means, let me explain it to you. When Landon and I die, which will happen one day. Hopefully no time soon, but I hope we will. Like, that's a fact of life. If you don't understand that, I don't know how to help you. We will take this show to our grave. That is what's called an idiom in our business.
You're not hoping we die.
Well, if Raven's driving, who knows what she's plotting against us. Yeah, that, when we die. So not if, Landon, when. That's an important note. Any other questions?
No, I would just like to add to that a little bit. So there was like a former coach of ours in high school. So me and Caleb obviously went to the same high school. We were best buds.
What?
If you will. Yeah. He held my balls for 4 years. I'm just kidding. I held his balls for 4 years. But yeah, we played football. He played soccer. He's weird. And I didn't.
I'll just wait till you find out about baseball in Knox County here soon.
Wait, what?
I'll tell you later.
Okay.
Everyone will know soon. I don't know if
you have to do with the Hardin Valley coach?
I don't know. I don't know anything about that. I'm actually curious about that.
Oh, but you know what I'm talking about, right?
No.
He's on leave.
Oh.
On paid leave or something. I don't know.
Good for him. Paid? Shout out.
Yeah. But yeah, like one day we were just kind of like venting, I guess, because that's what most of what we do on Twitter. And somebody was just like, one of our former coaches was like, "Yeah, y'all should do a show." And we're like, "What?"
So, if you hate the show, text me. I'll give you Matt Lance's number, and you can tell him because I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, and then we also started with Guitar Hero microphones.
We did. We tried to figure out how to do this as cheaply as possible for a while, and turns out Guitar Hero mic. Shout out! I still have a Guitar Hero. I don't know if it's from that or not, but a Rock Band mic, I guess.
Use Guitar Hero mics.
Yes, we didn't even buy brand. Well, I don't think you could buy brand new ones
I don't
at
think
that point
you can either. But yeah.
But yeah, the
a laptop, Guitar
yes.
Hero microphones, and a dream.
A dream or a drink?
Probably
both.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah, it's been fun. And then we added Joey Boots. Joey, how long have you been with us?
2 years.
2 years?
I think, right? 2021.
Dang.
And then we added Dylan because Landon wasn't going to mention him. You're welcome, Dylan.
Well,
I guess earlier this year.
Dylan's a newly add, and he doesn't have a background, or his camera doesn't work. So,
is he really here? If no one's around to see him,
yeah,
is he really here?
Dude, that's crazy. Joey's been with us for 2 years. I mean, imagine all the NIL he could have gotten the transfer portal for their podcast. It is funny, like how many people have started podcasts, like Tennessee specifically, since we started. I'm not saying we started a trend. I'm just saying that there is a lot.
Yeah.
Like I'll get a new follow on Twitter. It's like Ballin Podcast. I'm like, what?
That's a good name. We should just start different podcasts.
Names?
Well, like we should just have
New
a different episode. Just didn't you say pilots are the best or something? What were we talking about? Pilots?
Yeah.
We should do a pilot every week. But we have a new name.
I'm in.
It's a new pilot every week.
I'm in.
Yeah, no, we just talked about how easy it is to start one.
Hey, Accent Chair, speaking of that, will be here this next week.
I feel like you're gonna need to. You're underestimating how many people you can fit, or overestimating how many people you can fit on that couch. I'll sit right next to Tony Vitello. That's fine.
Well, we only need one Tony Vitello.
I'll snuggle up to him.
It would actually be funnier if we put the person we're interviewing in the accent chair and then all of us pile on the couch. Like me, you,
Joey lays across our lap and has to operate
Joey.
Joey has to lay across our lap and operate the show from the laptop still. Like he's just laying like this.
And also have a microphone.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tony, ball's in your court, man.
Another great podcast name, Balls in Your Court.
Balls in your court.
Balls in... Cool! We're on fire tonight.
Yeah. All right. Stupidity. I just threw my phone again.
On purpose?
I mean, I thought I was done with it, but apparently I wasn't.
Stupidity. We talked about it. I'll say it again. It's Wes Rucker's tweet. I don't even have it. I need to pull it up because I need you to read. I need to read this verbatim. And then the best part of it is like he followed it up with, I mean, I guess we could say doubling down, but like not even doubling it down because like he isn't people. There were some people that were mad about the thing he thought, but the majority of people were just making fun of him for how absurd the tweet in general was. He also tweeted during the game. So that's just, I don't know. Here it is at WesRucker247. When Rick Barnes dies one day, hopefully not for many years, he's a nice man. He will not be buried with that use it or lose it first halftime out. None of those will go with the Reverend to his grave. So if he wanted to make the joke he was trying to make, I should say, by the way, he could have just said this. Rick Barnes will not be buried with that use it or lose it first halftime out. None of those will go with the Reverend to his grave. Could have left it at that. The whole when Rick Barnes dies one day, hopefully not for many years, he's a nice man. Strange. Strange. Just what?
What about the 6 miscarriages?
Dude, that tweet is wild. Wild.
Number one, how do you know that?
That hit. Maybe I guess that maybe it was like public. Like maybe it was that. I don't know. That is wild.
Public
that
record.
tweet is so wild. Did he break HIPAA?
He might.
Yeah, that is one of the.
Why does that ever pop in your mind? Huh. It's weird. Someone had 6 miscarriages.
Not that the context will make it better, but I would like to know like what was going on that day that thought to tweet that. Because was it just like, oh, he woke up? And I think about Pat Summit all the time. I've never once been like, she's had 6 miscarriages. Tweet it out. That's wild. What? Oh, and then he doubles down. He tweets the definition of an idiom and what that joke means, which still, by the way, not what most people were making fun of you for, Wes.
I think we should start opening up every tweet about somebody that we were like, when this person dies one day, I hope they remember that they committed to Tennessee on this day.
Yeah, I mean, in fact, when he said not going to apologize because some of y'all are too young or too dumb to have ever heard or understood you can't take them with you joke. Take as much time as you need to absorb that. I'm going to go back to writing a column. Our good friend Kevin Vallone said, buddy, it wasn't the message. It was the way it was delivered. Yeah, it was just baffling. I still regret not sending that. Should have sent it. Should have. Anyways, I'm going to take that one to my grave with me. When and if,
Yeah.
I'm going to start saying if you die to people. Like put it on the table that they may not one day.
If you die.
If you die one day, just in case, let's plan this next step out.
Okay, yeah. We should grab dinner one night. If you die, we should probably grab dinner before that happens.
There you
go. I got one, and it wasn't like anytime. This is kind of like a stupidity, but led to something great.
Okay.
So there was a national media member that covers Major League Baseball tweeted during last offseason. He was trying to say Aaron Judge is heading to the Giants. Well, he tweeted Arson Judge is heading to the Giants. And everybody just let him have it for it because not only is it Aaron Judge signed back with the Yankees, did not go to the Giants. That's number one. That's a huge like Jeff Brom thing to happen. But then the Yankees got Juan Soto last night, and they tweeted from their main account and said, John Soto is now a Yankee. Just
I
like
like
all
that.
time.
Love that.
Also, I got another one kind of, well, not based off somebody stupid, but another really great tweet I saw this week was, what's Oklahoma State? Gundy. Gunnar Gundy is now in the transfer portal. And somebody tweeted, damn, I guess he's tired of his coach screwing his mom.
I love that tweet. That was so good.
Or banging his mom. Whatever. You get it.
Screw him, bang it. You get it.
Yeah. Yeah, just all-time tweet. Love that. I don't really have a lot of stupidities. Other than like a national media guy for On3 Sports tweeting and covers Colorado. Says Boo Carter on Flip Watch. I mean, why even? You just kind of set yourself up. Like, are you in on it? You a rat? Do you want these problems?
Oh,
Josh,
putting him on alert.
all Twitter's crazy, man. Don't poke the bear.
Crazy.
Yeah, I mean, when Josh dies one day, hopefully we don't remember this week.
God, I love it.
All right, let's go win on Saturday.
Yeah.
Before we do that, guys, go check out Roback. Got great offer, 20% off your first purchase with promo code More Important Issues. Dude, they have the best quality. I recently just got a new T-shirt. Best quality. I got the polos, best quality. They don't wrinkle. I got some joggers, best quality. I got a quarter zip, best quality. I mean, everything that I get from them is great quality. You won't be disappointed. So go to roback.com, 20% off your first purchase. They got basically everything you can want.
Dude, I've got some Roback Christmas stuff on the way using that promo code. I'm so excited.
Joey had his sweatshirt on today. I don't know if what
Shout
he's
out.
doing. But yeah, he had it on earlier. So we're loving our Roback stuff. So please go check them out and then use promo code More Important Issues for 20% off. All right. Guys, it's been fun. Been long.
Been great. Yeah. That's what she said.
Yeah. We'll be back on Sunday, hopefully talking about a win over a top 20 Illinois team. Illinois. Go Vols. We're bringing the boat in, and we out.